Lawyer Fred Nzeako joins me on TVC News at 7 for more on this development. Mr. Nzeako, thank you for joining us this hour. Precisely, how much impact do you see this new law bringing to the onslaught against banditry? Is this the reason why we haven't recorded as many arrests as we desire? Mr. Nzeako, can you hear me?
Very important. But I take exception to this nomenclature of banditry. Terrorists are not bandits. Bandits are not terrorists. This rebranding of terrorists as bandits in Nigeria is one of the major challenges that we have in this fight against terrorism. That is on one side. On the other side, whatever law that is being made towards ensuring that terrorists are wiped out from our soil is most welcome. But I don't think that the National Assembly should romance the stone by trying to bring in the issue of death penalty for terrorism when we know that that is not enough to deter terrorism. And secondly, we also know that governors are not comfortable, in a manner of speaking, in signing execution warrants. So we now have a lot of people who are on death row in various prison custody, and they pose their own challenge because studies have shown that incidences of jailbreak usually are planned mostly by people who are on the death row, who are yet to be crucified according to the law. So if our governors are reluctant to sign execution warrant, so why are we bringing that into the fray? I think what is most important is not to be reactionary, rather to be proactive to ensure that those things that cause terrorism would be covered in the board. And one of them is the fact that we need state policing structure. I am very happy that Mr. President has given such a directive. The National Assembly should amend our constitution to establish, to allow for establishment of state police. The governors should not cut this noble idea, noble policy short. They should encourage it and ensure that the concurrence input expected from the state houses of assembly is given to this very important amendment. That is even more important than the idea of trying to bring a death penalty for terrorism. Yes, it is good, but I tell you that it is not enough.
You mentioned
better,
Mr. Nzeako,
that we have a policy that will stop terrorism and dissuade them from acting. Don't forget that a terrorist can only be taken to court when he is arrested. So what is important is that they should be finished, not wait until you arrest them and go and charge them. We don't want them in court. We want them to go and join their maker for their terrible act against humanity and against the Nigerians. So we should encourage the military to finish them up, kill them because they are killing Nigerians. That is what we expect. If peradventure any of them is apprehended, fine. There's no problem with the death sentence, but our governors must be ready to sign the execution warrants.
I hear you clearly. You mentioned earlier that bandits are not terrorists and that terrorists are not bandits. Terrorism is considered here as the unlawful use of violence and intimidation, especially against civilians in the pursuit of political aims. Are you saying that banditry as we have it today in Nigeria doesn't fit into that definition?